favorite QC sports team?
Quad City Storm. I love hockey. I love the Storm. They're so much fun. And even when they lose, the community around them is so supportive. And the guys are so approachable. They'll sign pucks, they'll sign sticks, they'll sign t-shirts, they'll sign your forehead. They're just so nice and fun to be around. And I love working for them. And I'm biased because I kind of work for them, but it's so much fun. Even when our rival teams come and their fans come in, jeer and everything. But once the game's over, people are high-fiving, tell the other team good job. It's just a lot of fun.
Where do you find a family of communities connected by the storied Mississippi River, where young explorers and dreamers, investors and entrepreneurs thrive? Where can you connect with real people living and creating in a place that's as genuine as it is quirky? QC, that's where.
Thanks for listening to QC That's Where. I'm your host, Katrina, and I'm here with our two summer interns for the summer of 2022, Elexis and Rory. Hello, how are you guys doing?
Hi, we're doing great.
Real good.
Awesome. Rory and Elexis are our brand team marketing interns for the summer, and it's been super fun having them. And I thought a podcast with you guys would be really cool just to kind of get your perspective. Someone on staff at Visit Quad Cities. We can get kind of just used to the run-of-the-mill stuff, but you guys have really fresh eyes and fresh ideas. It's been fun having you this summer. So I'm going to just shoot it to you guys. Let's get into kind of your background and how you got fixed up with us. So Elexis, where are you from? You're a Quad City native, and what's your education background?
So I'm from Davenport. I've been in the Quad Cities my whole life. I went to Eisenhower Elementary, and then I went to Madison Elementary, and then I went to Sudlow Intermediate, then Central High School, and then St. Ambrose University.
So you've seen the whole realm of education that the Quad Cities has to offer.
Pretty much, I've been everywhere in the Quad Cities.
So St. Ambrose, what is your major there?
Graphic design with a minor in art history.
What landed you in that realm?
I've always liked art and computers, mainly just computers, but when I learned out that there's more technical stuff involved, I decided I didn't want to do information technology. And then my sister's really into art, and so we were kind of exploring her options, and I got hooked on graphic design. And so I started making flyers for families and friends and stuff, and I was like, I want to do this as a career. So that's how I got into there. And the art history minor is because my advisor kind of tricked me into it.
Tricked you into it? What do you mean? Just signed you up for classes that geared you toward it?
So she was also the head of the art history department, and she told me it's just going to be a couple extra classes. And I was like, oh, that's fine. And she's like, a minor would look really good on your resume. And I was like, okay. It was not just a few extra classes, but that's okay.
But now that you're on the back end of it now, so good idea?
I enjoyed it. I learned a lot. It was actually a lot more fun than I expected.
That's awesome. Well, good. I'm glad that worked out. Rory, Chicago area. What has that been like? And talk about kind of where you're from.
So I'm from the northwest side of Chicago, more specifically Norwood Park. It's closer around the Jefferson Park area. I'm not directly in the city, but I kind of have to be because my dad's a Chicago fireman. So we kind of got as far away from the inner city as we could and more towards the suburbs while still staying in the city.
And what is your education background?
So I went to Notre Dame College Prep for high school, and then I came to Augustana College to become a business management major. And so then I realized that it was only a few extra classes to become a double major in business. So I actually really ended up loving marketing during my marketing classes at Augustana. So I decided to become a double major in marketing as well.
So this couple extra classes was an actual couple extra classes?
Yeah, it was only actually 3 extra classes. So.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. So
wow.
Nice.
Smart decision. That was good. So coming from kind of a Chicagoland area into the Quad Cities, and you've been here for a handful of years now, what are the main differences, things you like or dislike about it being here now?
So I think COVID definitely stunted my experience of the Quad Cities, as it was a very hard time for everybody. So at first it was a lot of fun. It was a lot smaller, closer knit community, I feel like, because Chicago's so like large and vast compared to here. But yeah, I would say that my first year was really fun. I had a lot of fun doing different activities around the Quad Cities and in the area of Rock Island. But then once COVID hit, it did become a little difficult to experience the good things about the Quad Cities. So yeah, that's really it.
Yeah, when you're being encouraged to stay away from people and stay at home, and businesses have very limited hours, you know, that kind of thing, that yeah, definitely can help the experience. I know things right now are like in the Quad Cities, we're seeing our businesses are opening back up with a force, and a lot of our cities gave, you know, assistance to those businesses and stores and restaurants. And so hopefully before the, you know, the term comes to an end, you can submerge yourself, and hopefully this internship has helped you get a little bit extra you know, foot in the water, like so to speak, to experience stuff. So so you guys, what has been your favorite activity or duty or task that you've had so far working at Visit Quad Cities?
For me, it's just really coming out of that negative stigma of COVID and really opening up. Like, this internship has really opened up my eyes to what the Quad Cities really has to offer. You know, the activities, the hospitality of the community, like everything in that area has really been has come back 100 times stronger, I feel like. And it's a lot more prevalent now that I work here. So I'm able to, you know, get a hands-on experience and looking at what is happening in the Quad Cities, what activities I could do. So that's a really fun part for me.
And I think for me, from the perspective of someone who's been here my whole life, I was always the type of person where people would say, oh, it's so boring here. I'm like, but I love it here, as boring as it is. And I was always wondering, there's got to be more to it. There's no way there's all these cities involved and there's nothing going on, you know, on any given weekend. So working here, when I applied to work here, I was like, I don't know what this business does. I don't know what they want me to do, but it could be fun. And even doing some like the things we did, driving around and meeting new people and going to different events and stuff, I was just like, it is a really diverse, culturally diverse and exciting place. You just have to know where to look. And I also appreciate that the company is trying to get rid of the whole "there's nothing to do here" statement, where if anybody comes in and you ask just a random person on the street, oh, what can I do, you know, to pass the time? And they say nothing. Well, there's something you can do, and it's not just go to the mall or walk on the bike trail or go to the movies or go to TBK Sports Complex. There's a lot of other stuff you can do. And I appreciate that I've learned working here.
I think you hit a really good point, that kind of from like an outsider's perspective, what Visit Quad Cities does, like, you know, before I got started in the organization, it was kind of like, okay, they're the rah-rah cheerleader of the Quad Cities. And, you know, there are resources, obviously, but there's so much more inside, you know, helping book events at, you know, convention centers, or getting people to come experience our, you know, our weekend life, our weekday life, coming to meetings, coming to, you know, just all kinds of stuff. And getting new business, you know, riled up in the area, and not just, you know, oh, what can we do for a tourist, but what can we do for our residents or people who live here? And then the resources we have available, always expanding. We're always looking for new ways to reach out to people who are visiting or live here, or might want to, you know, move their business here, or go to school here. So yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head that we are a very large and vast organization. We have a really awesome, small but mighty team of about a dozen. So you guys have been an integral part in that this summer. So thank you for everything you've done so far. I'm glad that you've been able to kind of get a little bit of extra perspective of like, yeah, there's, you know, I live here, and, you know, yeah, there's stuff to do. You just have to kind of like find your niche, you know what I mean? Like, find if you like art, or if you like sports, or, you know, what have you. So if you guys don't mind, I'd like to throw kind of just a fun, like, rapid fire question series at you. Okay.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna start. This one's a short one. This or that. Okay, each of you take one at a time. All right, Mississippi River or Rock River? What's your favorite?
Mississippi.
Yeah, Mississippi.
Okay. Some people like the Rock River just because of the size, like the smaller size. So, Iowa or Illinois?
Illinois.
Iowa.
It's the fact that you live in each prospective state. Whitey's or country style?
Whitey's.
Definitely Whitey's.
Yeah.
All right, fair. Got a favorite like go to when you go there?
Moose Tracks. All the way.
Vanilla milkshake.
Ah, nice. I'm a malt fan myself.
Oh,
Yes. So okay, here's another series, rapid fire. Just what's your favorite QC restaurant?
My favorite QC restaurant is probably Los Agaves. It's a really nice sit down Mexican restaurant. I know it's in Rock Island, but I can't exactly pinpoint where it is, but it's really good.
It's funny that both of our answers are like not historically American. Mine's Miss Faye it's in Davenport, and it's like a Thai mixed cuisine place. And I go there probably too much, but it's really, really good. And the people are super nice and friendly, and they know, my family by name, and like, welcome back. And I'm thinking, this is bad, but hello.
So like the usual for you today?
Literally, go to the same thing every time we go. And they're like, I know what you want. I'm like, okay.
Some restaurants are just like that, like the QC Pancake House. I think probably 80% of their customers get, the cinnamon roll pancakes. Yep. You guys both had that, I hope. Yeah.
I have.
Yes.
No.
Rory, you shaking your head? No, you gotta, you gotta do it. You gotta go. You gotta get them. Okay. Favorite QC bar.
Mine is probably Analog Arcade Bar. I think it's really fun. I actually have gone to both of them now. I went to the one in Moline. It's got more retro style games compared to the one in Davenport. But the Davenport one has like Mario Kart, Smash Brothers. Like it's very fun. Very fun.
I don't drink.
Perfect. Fair. Okay. Oh, and on that note, there is a bar in Davenport. I think it's called Unimpaired, and they make like cocktails, but just alcohol free. So if you haven't been to that, I haven't ever experienced it, but I hear it's really fun and really cool. So there's one offering. Okay, favorite QC park.
Ooh, Vanderveer. Yeah. Maybe it's just because nostalgia. I used to go there even when I was like, before I could walk, we would go to Vanderveer and I'd, throw the bread at the ducks, even though they're not supposed to have bread. But I remember that. I do remember that about Vanderveer, and the fountain's super pretty when it's, working.
I think my favorite, I believe it's called Sunset Park. It's right along that little channel of the river over there.
Sunset Marina.
Yeah, it's really popular. Yeah, they have some pretty sunsets.
Yes. Favorite QC festival.
Well, I'm kind of biased. It's not necessarily a QC festival.
Oh.
It's kind of more of a Augustana thing. At the end of the year, Augustana kind of holds a concert for all the students. And this year we had Lost Kings, which it was a very great concert. And they have opportunities for students to go on stage before the main performances and sing. So it's a really cool venue.
I think mine would have to be Bix Fest, just because it's really the only one I go to, and they have like all these different vendors and different types of food. That was the first time I had anything Greek, and it's really, really good. And it's right next to the Figgy too. So if you want to go in and visit the Figgy, you can. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Perfect. Favorite QC, or here, let me phrase it this way. Favorite season in the Quad Cities.
That's tough.
They all kind of blend together. I have to say fall though. I like fall. It's really pretty in the fall.
Mm-hmm. Since she said fall, I'll go with winter.
Okay, fair.
Winter is very nice. Except when it's really icy out, but I thought last winter was kind of mild. It was pretty much just fresh dustings of snow, and it looked really pretty.
Yeah, last winter was really nice. I remember I went out and did like a winter time, just like beauty shots shoot. It was very easy to find beautiful things to look at. Yeah, just good aesthetics, I'd say, in a lot of our QC communities for wintertime. Favorite QC sports team.
Quad City Storm. I love hockey. I love the Storm. They're so much fun. And even when they lose, the community around them is so supportive. And the guys are so approachable. They'll sign pucks, they'll sign sticks, they'll sign t-shirts, they'll sign your forehead. They're just so nice and fun to be around. And I love working for them. And I'm biased because I kind of work for them, but it's so much fun. Even when our rival teams come and their fans come and jeer and everything, but once the game's over, people are high-fiving, tell the other team good job. It's just a lot of fun.
I'd have to say mine is probably the River Bandits. I went to my first game for the 3rd of July and watched Red, White, and Boom from the stadium right afterwards. And
Awesome. Yeah, those fireworks, and they do fireworks, I think, like a day a week.
It's every Friday.
Oh, it's every Friday. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Really fun. Favorite QC amenity?
What exactly does that mean?
So this is up to interpretation. So like QC amenity could be like the fact that, you can get to Iowa and Illinois really quickly from either side, or like the new I-74 pedestrian pathway, or, I don't know, whatever makes your life a little more luxurious, a little better.
I guess I'd have to say how close Iowa and Illinois are, because it's really unique to be able to just drive over a bridge and you're in a different state, and it still feels kind of like home because it's all one community. There's just a river between us.
I'd have to say the scenery and like the landscaping of it. I think that it's really cool that you could see across the river if you're in a 3-story building at all times. Blackhawk State Park is awesome. Augustana's campus is pretty beautiful all seasons. So yeah.
Good answers. I agree that it's really cool that you can get across the river in 5 minutes. Like if you're literally anywhere in the Quad Cities, that's one thing. Like when people come visit me, I'm like, hey, let's go. You can get to Iowa in 3.5 seconds if you want to. It's really cool because living on a 2-state line is like you can kind of get like the Iowa pride, the Illinois pride. It's a fun little rivalry where no one actually hates each other. We're just like, hey, Illinois is better, Iowa's better, whatever, and we all come together as one. Yeah, right? Like, I think the best illustration of that is Tug Fest every August, Port Byron, Illinois, and LeClaire, Iowa. And for those who don't know, they basically treps a 680-pound rope across the Mississippi River, and teams practice for months on end to try and play a game of tug of war, and then they just make it happen, and it's a lot of fun, and it's really crazy, and that's just the kind of stuff we do here in the Quad Cities. So is there anything else that you guys want to share about your internship or plans for the future? I'd love to know what you guys have next in store for your lives.
I mean, since my family is here and I grew up here, I'll probably do a little traveling, but I'm planning on staying in the Quad Cities and kind of helping other people that come in understand why I love the Quad Cities so much and understand why I like it here. Like, yes, there are, other things, other places, but it's not like there's nothing to do. And I know a lot of people are like, well, if you want to go to an amusement park, you can go to Adventureland. Well, yeah, but there is stuff you can do here, even with some of the new places over in Rock Island, some of the new play places at the sports complex. There's a lot of fun stuff to do there. They're always adding new things. So yeah, in the future, I'll just probably be here.
I'm not sure what my future has in store for me, but I can say that this summer has been really fun working here, meeting everybody. Everyone that works here is really amazing and helpful people. And that's really all I have.
Yeah, there's a lot of passion that kind of flows throughout this whole company, is that you can tell everyone has the same mission, which is to help the Quad Cities get out there and help people understand that this is a really great place to live.
On that note, I'll have you guys fill in the classic phrase, QC, that's where, boom.
QC, that's where.
I had one.
I'm lost.
I had one in
Yeah.
my head too. I mean, really, the only one that comes to mind is QC is where it happens. I mean, that's where everything can happen and will happen. There's so many cultures here.
QC, that's where fun is essential.
I love it. I love it, you guys. I love those answers so much. And we look forward to what you guys have to bring to the Quad Cities in the future. And don't run back to Chicagoland too quickly, Rory, okay? We like to have you here, okay?
I'll be here for a while.
Thanks for listening to QC, That's Where, a podcast powered by Visit Quad Cities. Text Visit QC to 38314 for insider events, activities, and updates sent straight to your phone. That's VISITQC, one word, to 38314. Message and data rates may apply.